It's positively Muskegon, Andy O'Reilly, and boy, have I really found my way. And look at this, the police department, Norton Shores PD, newly retired.
That's right.
Brian Harris is here from the, how long did you work for the county?
I was there 28 years.
Is that right?
I retired in March, and I started here in July part-time.
28 years of being a county cop.
Yeah,
Thank
did it
you.
all.
Thank
For
you.
service, worked in the jail, detective bureau,
Yeah?
evidence collection,
What do you-
accident investigator.
What do you miss the most?
My coworkers.
Yeah?
I just don't see them as much as I used to. You know, there's a handful of super close friends, but it was a close-knit group of guys, knew all their families and stuff.
Yeah.
And just don't get to see them as much.
Kind
as
of
I
the way
used
it works, isn't
Yeah,
it? And that's just one of those life things, you know. You do this for a long time, and then everybody kind of drifts, and then always, yeah. Well, but
sure.
you're here at Norton Shores now,
to. That's right.
doing a little evidence work.
Doing just the evidence work, so kind of come and go as I please, as long as I take care of all the ins and outs. I don't have to handle any cases or anything. It's a lot less stress.
Nice little retirement job.
It's a great retirement
Good for
job.
you.
Excellent. They treat me great.
You keep yourself pretty busy with other activities as well. I mean, you've been a part of the Polar Plunge for how many years? I mean,
Oh, 5 or 6 years.
5 or
as one
6
the
years of
co-chairs,
that.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you do the blood drives.
Do blood drives. We usually do one during the Police Memorial Week, which I'm the vice president of the Fraternal Order of Police, so I get involved in a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, we've done some food trucks. We do the brewery night where we have a police beer and all the money goes to the memorial in Lansing they're trying to build. We have a breakfast for all the officers and the members, and you know,
Pretty good steak fryer from time to time too
yeah,
up at the
yeah,
lodge.
yeah.
Yeah, we go to that. It's right around the corner from our cottage, so it's like every year it's a steak fry. It's let's go hit it.
And I, you know, I do. We do the guns and hoses. I've been in there
Yep.
from day one, helping those guys out. John Baker and Todd Rake and Lacey Coombs and Chris Wilkes and all that. It's been a great program, getting bigger every year. And
Keep yourself busy.
yeah, go down to the Irish Festival and serve a little bit once in a while, you know, and whatever we can get our fingers in, we're helping out.
Let's talk about the blood drive coming up. It's the holiday blood drive, the 911 holiday blood drive, and you know I've got kind of a history with blood drives. I've given 7 gallons myself.
Awesome.
When we did the radio stuff, we used to have the radio station
Right.
battles and all that kind of stuff. It's important, and it's one of these things that it doesn't take much to do.
No.
You're going to save somebody's life if you do it.
Right.
And the blood supply is always in need. So, the day before Thanksgiving, talk about it.
Yeah, it's 11/23, November 23rd, next Wednesday. It's going to run from 9
Is
until...
it next Wednesday already?
Yeah.
Oh my God, does time fly or what?
That's right. You better get your Thanksgiving turkey bought while they're still 50%
I'm scooting,
off,
man.
you know? And so it's 9 in the morning till 2:45.
Okay.
It's at 280 West Muskegon, it's actually called the Corner. It's an old church.
Yeah, right
We're
across
talking
from
about
Shell
which
there.
one it is, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
right in the same parking lot as the downtown Red Cross.
Okay.
So when you get in there, there's one church on the east end of the parking lot, one church on the west. It's
Yep.
the one on the west. I think they're turning it into a community center. It's real slow work progress, but they've been very, very helpful to us. We certainly appreciate them allowing us. What happens is the Red Cross, unfortunately, their elevator's not working. So
Uh-oh.
they can't go upstairs where they've got enough room for a blood drive this big.
Right.
So we're a little bit bigger than the average drive. So we had to find an area that we could get into with enough equipment to accommodate everybody and not have to turn anybody away.
Sure.
Nobody likes waiting. So the best thing to do is to make an appointment.
Yep.
It's you can go to redcross.org and make an appointment. And you can post this information. Abby is my liaison.
Okay.
And she has her number there. If you guys know me personally, get a hold of me. You know that my friends know I've been trying to schedule appointments and nobody likes to wait.
But you can just walk in.
You can just walk in.
You can just
absolutely.
walk in, so that's a good way.
And what we did was we incorporated last year when we started this holiday one. I mean, obviously everybody knows that during the holidays it's the busy time for blood. You know, there's lots of reasons why, not just accidents and winter coming and other things like that. It's just a high time of the year for a need. So last year what I did, normally the FOP does their own during Police Week, but we incorporated Muskegon Central Dispatch.
Oh, cool.
And the International Association of Firefighters, which is what the Muskegon City Fire guys are. So Todd Rake's helping me through the fire service.
Todd's a great guy.
Yeah. And Sean Grabinski's the director at Central Dispatch. Her and Nick Martin over there are trying to drum up some business for us as well and spreading the word. So we do have some special stuff that we do. There'll be some barbecues there if you guys
Nice.
are hungry. They always have the canteen to
Right.
kind of re-get you hydrated and get you a little food before you scoot out with candy bars and snacks. But we'll have some barbecues and some chips. And then we have a handful of small door prizes, some coffee mugs and some Red Cross stuff. But we have we're going to have 4 $25 gift cards.
Oh, nice.
Local
Yeah.
establishments that were donated through the Fraternal Order Police, Muskegon Central Dispatch, and the IAF.
Is it a donation or a shakedown?
I shook them down, but in the end, they willfully donated.
There's always good companies here in town.
Yeah.
And it's fun to joke, but everybody's heart's in the right place when it comes to this stuff. What's your goal? I mean, do you have a goal? I mean, how many you'd like to collect?
She sets it real high, but she sets it so we can accommodate people. If you want to come at 9 o'clock and 9 o'clock is busy, they might put 6 appointments in at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
But we know we probably won't have 6 right at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So they set it kind of high. I would say our goal is 50, which is what we had last year.
Pretty good turnout. Yeah, that's a good day for a blood drive. Talk about what else is coming up. I mean, we got the blood drive next Wednesday. I would imagine we're not too far off from the polar plunge.
Right.
It'd be nice if the weather would cooperate a little. But
yeah, well, don't
this is
say
as polar
that,
as I can get.
They're going to string us up because it's supposed to snow this weekend.
Yeah, I know, right?
Don't say that. Yeah, February 4th is the polar plunge.
Okay.
And I'm sure that either Todd or I will get back with you. Todd
Yeah,
is still
absolutely.
helping out with the dive team and the sheriff's department. And so if anybody's thinking about that, it is February 4th. You can go to their Facebook, Muskegon.
Polar plunge.
Polar plunge,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I want to talk about the blood drive a little more because I give too.
Okay.
I'm about 5 gallons
Are you?
probably over my lifetime. And it isn't a hard thing. A lot of people haven't done it before. And I found out since I started doing these like 4 or 5 years ago, there's a lot of adults that have never tried. Different reasons.
It's scary for people. Some people don't like
very,
needles.
It's very personal.
Yeah.
Somebody sticking a needle in you and taking blood out of you, and they don't know how it works and what's going to happen afterwards, and nobody likes pain at all. But what they need to know is it's a pretty simple process. I mean, especially if you make an appointment, you could be in an hour and 45 minutes,
Easily.
hour at the tops.
Easily.
They have some new stuff to make it faster. There's an app available on everybody's phone. You can go to your app store and look up the Red Cross app. That can act as your donor card now. It can remind you, it can tell you when you're eligible, and answers a lot of questions. There's also a rapid pass. You can go online the day of the event. You can fill out your medical questionnaire online and print it out and bring it with you.
Wow.
And you don't have to look through all that stuff when you get there.
Right.
So the normal procedure would be you go in, they're going to verify your ID, make sure you bring an ID with you. They're going to verify your ID. They're going to have you look over some medical history stuff. Okay, and it's
all those awkward questions.
Yeah, and you register, and then there's a little health history.
Yeah.
So then you wait for a few minutes. They call you back, and it's all in privacy. There's little cubicles there. These are all certified nurses that help you out. Take you back there. They do their typical stuff: a blood pressure, pulse, and thermometer to check your temperature. And then they also do an iron draw. Iron's very important.
That's the worst part.
It is. That prick.
That's the worst part of the entire blood process.
To affect people more than everything. You see more gritted teeth than that little pinprick. They just prick you, they drop it, and it weights down. And there's actually a machine that does it now that tells you. And your iron has to be so high. I had it written down somewhere, and I can't remember what it is now. But it's different for men than women. You have to be at least 17 years old, and a certain weight and a certain height. And then they ask you a series of questions about your health. And the other thing is, if you don't feel good, if you're coming down with the flu, don't waste their time because they won't let you do it.
Nope.
If you're not feeling well for the day, they won't let you do it. But another thing you might want to do is bring a medication list if you're on a lot of kind of funky medications. There are some exclusions if you're on certain kinds of meds. And it's not your daily cholesterol,
blood pressure crap and all that.
What me and you have.
Yeah, right?
It's not any of our stuff, but if it's something, and in cancer patients, there's a whole different ball of wax. It's a lot harder to do, and brain surgery, this kind of things. There's a lot of really rare diseases, a lot of diseases that come from other countries. If you have any of these kind of effects, or if you have any medications that are used for that, they're going to DQ you. They're going to disqualify you. Sometimes depends on where you've been in the last 3 to 5 years.
Yep.
Mexico doesn't necessarily exclude you, but they have a list. If you're in certain spots, they're going to say no.
Yeah, Uganda.
Uganda. A lot, wherever Zika comes from. A lot of the military guys are ineligible because it finds out they were in bad areas for certain parts of their career.
Sure.
And they're excluded forever.
Wow.
So that's something else to consider. But when you get done with that, then they call your turn. You lay on the gurney. I'm telling you, the needles get smaller every year. The nurses get better at what they're doing every year.
You won't even know.
Don't look at it.
Nope.
Squeeze a ball.
Done.
The bag hangs on the side. It's all 100% clean and safe. They test everything before, during, and after. Everything is brand new.
Yep.
I mean, 100%. Everything you touch is brand new as far as needles and the bags and transportation. And when you're all done, they clamp it off. I mean, they're even ingenious. They got a roller that takes everything that's left in the tube.
Yep.
You know, they're going to get every
Right in
last
the bag.
drop out of it. And they patch you up and check you out for a while. You used to have to stay mandatory 15 minutes. You don't even have to do that anymore.
No.
But they want you to sit down, rest, see how you feel, stay a few minutes, have a candy bar or some cookies.
My favorite thing when I gave blood is I would get up off that bed and I would go.
Right.
And you got these 5-foot nerds
yeah.
standing
They're all
around.
trying to hold you up, man. It's like,
Just kidding.
yeah. Well, they got they do a good job down
Yeah,
there,
they do. It's an
and
awesome
they
group.
stay pretty busy.
Yeah.
But one other thing too is it's Power Red now. It used to be called the Double Reds, and it counts as a double donation. So
Yep.
we highly encourage them. But it's a special machine that does a little bit of a different procedure. It actually takes 2 pints of blood out of you.
Yep.
But what it does is it will put your plasma back into your body. Your own
Pheresis,
plasma
it's called,
goes
isn't
back. God, you're an educated man. You've been reading up on
7
this.
gallons of blood, man. It's like I ain't done it before.
And that's all I do. If you can donate every 112 days if
Okay.
you do a Power Red, and every 56 days if you do a single. So people that want to start donating, you start thinking about the Power Reds. You only got to do it 3 times a year. You know, the other one you're going to be doing it 5-6 times a year if you want to do it regular
Right.
and help out. And they love it. They fight over the Power Red spots because there's only so many machines.
Right.
You know, any bed can accommodate a single donor, but it's
Yep.
a special machine. They
Yep.
bring in 2 machines, but they will only schedule 1 an hour. So,
Okay.
and they won't
So it
even,
does take a while.
and if someone doesn't show,
Yep.
it kind of messes everything up because they won't let someone start midstream because they've got that scheduled all day long.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
and but what people don't realize is I looked up the numbers today. Someone needs blood in the U.S. every 2 seconds.
I believe that.
2 seconds.
Yep.
36,000 units needed a day.
Wow.
36,000 units a day, and they don't pay anyone. It's not
Nope.
like some of the places you can go and get plasma for money. They don't pay anyone at all. It's 100% donations.
I always looked at it like, it was a gift to me. It's not mine to sell when I gave blood. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can go to the plasma center
Sure,
or wherever,
sure.
that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
To me personally, I didn't do anything to earn this blood. It was just given to me. So if I have to give it.
Well,
if I give.
The thing of it is so many people in Muskegon's really giving. You know more than anyone.
Sure.
It's a really giving, and maybe some people can't afford.
Yeah.
To
And there's
make-
nothing
to
wrong
make
with
a
doing the-
donation
yeah,
to
the plasma-
the Child
nothing
Abuse
wrong.
Council or the Kids Food Basket. They just don't have the money. The Veterans Center. They'd like to help. This is a way that you can help
Perfect.
in your community, and all you need is a ride down there.
Yeah.
And you know what? We could probably find you a ride if you need one. The Red Cross does so much more, but I'm not very versed in everything they do. With disasters and donations and all the senior services they do. So I don't really want to talk about it because I'd probably say something that's incorrect.
We've
I know a
both
lot of
been
this-
known to do that.
Yeah, you think? But the other thing is 1 pint of blood can help up to 3 people.
Yep.
So if we get 50 donations, we could theoretically help 150 people that
great thing.
need some help.
It's a great thing.
Even I think they say even in one bad car crash, a person could need 100 units. You
No
could need
kidding.
100 units, depending on the injuries.
Crazy.
So I'm just going to remind them: bring your driver's license,
Driver's license,
wear comfortable clothes,
comfortable clothes.
hydrate,
Yep.
drink a little bit before you go, and if you got a lot of medications, bring your medication list with you.
Perfect. Brian Harris, he is now with the Norton Shores Police Department. He is always working in Muskegon to make things better. It's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving from 9 till 2:45. The 911 Holiday Blood Drive. Brian, thanks for your time.
Well, thank you, Andy. Appreciate it.